Yesterday I mentioned to you in one of our videos that the IMF refused to give corrupt Ruto the 200 billion Kenya shillings he was seeking in order to cushion Kenyans from the high oil prices. Now, as a follow-up, in this video I want us to look into some of the reasons why Kasongo and his bottomless pit were chased away by IMF. And so with no further ado, let's get after it. Now, the first reason why Kasongo and his bottomless pit were chased by IMF is because of his double dealing. You see, when Biden was president, he declared Kenya as a non-NATO ally, meaning we maintain the same position and privileges as Ukraine. However, after that historic declaration, Ruto rushed to China to bend a knee to the new world order where China leads the global markets. Of course, alifanya hivyo juu alipewa kakitu mzuri, but either way, Senator Rich of the US Foreign Relations Committee in the Senate called for action against Ruto and Kenya because of this double dealing. Here's the tip.
Many African nations maintain troubling ties with China, including key national security partners. Just last month, President Ruto declared that Kenya, a major non-NATO ally, and China are co-architects of a new world order. That's not just alignment to China, it's allegiance. I submit for the record the text of that speech. I'm going to enter it in the record at the conclusion of the hearing that describes this. Relying on leaders who embrace Beijing so openly is an error. It's time to reassess our relationship with Kenya and others who forge tight bonds with China. And it isn't just an embracement of China, but also the, quote, new world order, end quote.
So that's part of the reason why IMF doesn't want to touch Ruto and Kenya. They now consider us to be an extension of the Chinese Communist Party, thanks to William Ruto. Number two, the Trump administration recently called out Kenya for corruption. And the US being the biggest financier of IMF had to adjust accordingly to their major shareholder. Hence, the bottomless pit could not be fed. Number three, under Joe Biden, we had a liberal US ambassador called Meg Whitman. And to be honest, Meg genuinely liked Ruto. Even after the 2022 election, she was on record defending Ruto over Raila, to the point Raila got so angry that he said this to her.
Tell the rogue ambassador, Kenya is not United States. Kenya is not a colony of United States. Keep your mouth shut when you hear. Otherwise, we will call for your recall back to your country. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
But now that Biden isn't president, Kasongo has been given a no-nonsense Republican ambassador called Susan M. Burns. And what I like about Susan Burns is that she doesn't sugarcoat anything. She says it as it is. For instance, it's rumored that under her US embassy in Kenya, she submitted a wastage report back to Washington, basically letting them know that these guys are wasteful. Most of the money we are donating is going to handouts. It's going to empowerment instead of development. It's going into the pockets of some of these leaders. And Washington had better not waste any more money on this country. So yeah, once the US is on your radar, them being the biggest backers of World Bank and IMF, they have to dance to the Piper's tune. So nyi muendelee tu na hiyo wizi yenu ya Carmen San Diego, lakini dunia imeanza kuwajua, and very soon I suspect the Trump administration will be calling for Ruto to go for one term. Fourth reason why Kasongo and his bottomless pit were chased by IMF is the fact that Ruto's majority leader, Kimani Ichung'wah, admitted on national TV that he usually takes bribes. In fact, here's the tape asiseme ameekelewa.
Hakuna pesa mlikula naye. Unakusema you were just innocent.
Hapana, iko siku sasa nidanganyana kwa nini? Si tuliambiana tu sema ukweli. Si ndio uliniambia?
Yeah.
Iko siku. Wakati tuligundua wamekula na machogu pesa ya chakula. Ya watoto. Sasa wewe
unakula peke yako kwa nini?
Ulituita hapa tunasomea watu in our presence. Tunasikia hiyo pesa ililipwa. Na umegawiwa. Hapana, hiyo ni propaganda ya wakora. Kwanza huyo Msomali yako hapo ataona. Ngoja kwanza nimuite, akachukua simu. Ngoja achukue, I'll get hold of him. We will fire him. That day, kutoka kwa ofisi hapo, nikapewa chai, sawa mkubwa. Lakini hiyo mambo nilikuwa nimesikia tu fununu, kama ni hivyo ni sawa tu. Nikatoka nikaenda nyumbani Lavington. Kitu 9:30 hivi. Jamaa wake alikuwa anafanya kwa ofisi yake, anaitwa Ngodho.
Anaitwa
Ngodho akanipigia simu akaniambia uko wapi? Nikamwambia niko nyumbani. Wapi? Lavington. Tukutane hapa Shell. Iko nini? Iko kitu nimeambiwa ni kudropia na mkubwa. Sawa? How many minutes? Nitoka kwa ofisi maybe about 20 minutes. So, kachukua gari, kaenda hapo Shell, kakuja na backpack ya black, ambaye nimeambiwa nikuletee hii. Ni nini? Fungua zip.
Kwa nini naweza beba kwa backpack ya black?
Si hata vitabu.
Okay. So uletewe vitabu kutoka kwa Rigiji. Kwa nini CS education?
Nikapata iko milioni ngapi?
5 million.
Tano.
So yeah, the majority leader is corrupt. Muli impeach the former deputy president also on corruption cases, so Americans are picking that up as corruption. Ruto is also the owner of CDN Bank, which is doing business with government. That is also considered corruption. Also in the G2G, ile pande ingine ni serikali, pande hii ni private companies, that is considered corruption. So wamewasoma. Hakuna mtu mjinga tena kwa hii dunia. Pesa ipeanwi kama njugu. Lazima upime huu mtu ni nani. Na once ugundue ni mkora, huwezi mpea pesa tena. Even in the streets, there are so many street kids who ask for money but nobody gives them. Unatembea ukisema anko nisaidie shilingi 20, na hapo umeweka ile chupa sijui wanavuta gum ama ni glue. No one will give you that money because they know I am not funding something helpful, I am funding your addiction. Same way IMF is looking at Kenya and they are saying, why should we fund you na uko na corruption? We are not funding corruption, we are funding development. Kwa hivyo IMF mmefanya vizuri, step aside. World Bank step aside. China na wengine mnajiweza, step aside. Wait for a competent government ambaye haina corruption. Na hata hiyo muichunguze. Don't trust anybody. Let them prove themselves. Trust is earned, and this administration has lost my trust. It has lost yours. It has betrayed everybody, including IMF. Na ndo maana tunaimba kila siku one term, but beyond that, ensure umejiandikisha kama mpiga kura. That is more important than SHA, so that we can send these people home once and for all. But at the end of the day, guys, that's just my opinion. Do drop me your comments in the comment section below, and I'll do best to read them and to give you a response. So with that, here today's ads of the day. If you're still managing rentals using notebooks and caretakers, see how Joel Karangu Maina switched to a system that runs his 76 units automatically. Every month, caretakers traveled to his office with handwritten records. Balancing the math took hours. Payments never merged and tenants never got receipts. Then Joel switched to Bomahat, Kenya's award-winning property management software. Now payments update automatically, receipts go out via SMS, and every report is just one click away. He now runs all 76 units from his phone. No chaos, no confusion. Join hundreds of landlords doing the same. For more information, please call 0717-512-483 or visit www.bomahat.com. If you're in need of electrical wiring, solar installation, or electrical fittings such as strip lights, snake lights, downlighters, or chandeliers, contact Engineer Wycliffe at 0707-476602 and he'll get your house dapped up. If you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching from a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button, you're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really, really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.